Hey Megamaniacs, this is Mr. MegaManFan, and this is a viewer request long overdue that I am finally getting around to. I wanted to show everybody how the Sega Master System cartridge version of Mega Man that I have actually works. This is a conversion made from the Game Gear release, done by the legendary Mr. Wizard. Very thankful to him for putting together this boxed edition of Mega Man for me with a nice minty blue label. Now, when I first got this in the mail, I was unable to demonstrate it because I didn't have a second controller, and you need a Player 2 controller for the version he created for me so that you can use basically your weapon select, your pause button, so on and so forth. Otherwise, you would have to reach up and hit the console every single time since the Sega Master System has the pause button on it. Now, this first attempt was disconcerting when I got a software error. I was worried that maybe he had not correctly programmed the cartridge. Not something I would have expected, but this is my first time testing it, so I didn't really know. So I took it out and reinserted it and made sure I pushed it all the way down on those pins as well as I could. So let's see if it works a little better on this second attempt. There's our Sega Master System logo. And hopefully in just a second here, yes, we have the Sega logo, so we are progressing as we're supposed to. I will have to apologize in advance for the left to right angle of the television. I had to put the camera on a tripod somewhere and then sit on the floor next to it so I could play this and film it at the same time, and that was the best way to do it. I'm selecting Stone Man for this test, and let's get started. Let's do a little playing of Mega Man from the Game Gear converted to a Sega Master System cartridge. Now, there will be some things you will definitely notice in this playthrough, such as the fact that this is widened out to display on the screen, so as a result, there is some garbage data on the right side that doesn't appear on the Game Gear because the Game Gear wasn't displaying that. And you'll notice there's some garbage data at the top as well. Now, Mr. Wizard did warn me about this before he sent me the game. He said, because the Game Gear display is smaller than the Sega Master System, it never showed that data. So you'll be seeing some things on it that you wouldn't have seen playing it on the Game Gear. And I told him that was not a problem. I would just block out the data by putting something up on my screen, but even I didn't realize just how much garbage data there would be. So I definitely need to add an overlay to this television while I'm playing this game, because you will see several instances of me playing where I get really screwed up by thinking I can get to something or reach something or move somewhere that I can't because I'm seeing garbage data, and when I attempt to move there, it ends up not being what I thought. The first major one comes up here in just a second because I thought something was the floor and it really wasn't. You'll see as I shoot these turban-wearing bats, or whatever they're called, I honestly forget. I've noticed that playing it, I don't remember if this was the case on the Game Gear, but playing it both kinds of power-ups make a sound, both your energy power-up and your weapon power-up. There I just fell through the floor, even though it wasn't really a floor, that was garbage data, so I had to go all the way back to the beginning. But you'll see that when you pick up the weapon capsules, it makes a noise too. I like the noise for the energy capsules. I'm just kind of surprised that when I haven't even collected any weapons from the Robot Boss Masters, that the weapon capsules still make a noise. I suppose technically that could be for the rush coil, but then I haven't even used the rush coil yet. Although I do attempt to use it here a little later in the stream, so I guess you could say that those capsules are filling in, you'll see me pick up one here, filling in the rush coil, but if the rush coil is already full when I pick them up, why is it making a sound? But the energy capsules make a sound when I pick them up, regardless of if I'm at full energy or not, so consistency at least. Can't fault them for that. I've always liked these hard hats that split into the little baby hard hats when you shoot them. I think that's pretty cute. Okay, now this time I've learned the floor is not the floor in the area that I thought was the floor, so I'm going to be more careful this time. First, let's take out these turban-wearing bats, the rock-throwing robot, and progress upward. More bat-like things. And there's our false floor. Can't land on that because it is not the floor. That's better. This ladder looks like a dead end, but once again, that's garbage data being displayed at the top, so it's not really what it appears to be. And I apologize for the cord draping down in the upper right corner of the screen, but it actually, most of the time, helps me to remember that there's garbage data up there because I didn't have an overlay. Although there's one place where it definitely didn't do me any good, and I kept falling for it over and over again. It's a little slippery using the Master System control pad, which I know I'm not the first person to complain about, but the Game Gear control pad definitely feels more firm in your hand than the Master System pad, which is lacking crosshairs. It really is just a pad. So now we're progressing through a combined shooting and platform area, and this is a 1-up. Thank you very much. I remembered getting one as I was playing this. We got these shielded robots that fire out and block your shots when their shield is down. It takes 2 hits to knock them out. And you have to be careful because you get the knockback in this game, so you can be knocked right back into a pit when they hit you. At least there's no false floor in this area. Nothing that fools me, but I still got knocked into the pit anyway. And this time I don't have to restart all the way at the beginning of the level. I actually restart in this area, so there's your checkpoint, as it were, for Mega Man Game Gear / Sega Master System. Once you get up that ladder, you're officially at a save point, or a save flag, or whatever the heck you want to call the thing. And another 1-up. They are certainly generous with the 1-ups in this conversion to Sega Master System / the Game Gear Mega Man game. US Gold, thank you for all the 1-ups. And we got another shielded robot there. Now, this was really confusing at first because I didn't remember the exact path to get to this 1-up, and I thought maybe it was from the other side at first, but I kept testing and eventually figured out I could slide, jump, and reach it by going underneath. So, another in their very generous line of 1-ups. And here's a platform, but I'm too slow jumping off it and it drops me into a pit and I'm dead. So now I gotta do all that again. Wonderful. So let's make our way across and take out the shielded robots that take 2 hits and the very long and slow moving missiles that explode when they come into contact with you. Preferable to avoid that. At least they're slow, which makes them fairly easy to hit. Now it looks like I should have been able to shoot that shielded tank, but unless I was right in front of it, I was not able to. I was just 1 pixel off of the hitbox for some reason, so sometimes you just gotta get in their face, like that. And let's see if I can time this one. Yep, avoided the shot and took it out. So I believe this is where I started to get cute with the rush coil. I thought maybe I can jump up and grab this ladder up here, but what I wasn't realizing was that the ladder is an extension of the ladder at the bottom. It's garbage data. That's not actually part of the play field. So no matter what combination of rush coil and platform I used to try to reach that ladder, I was never going to reach that ladder because that's not actually a ladder. There is no ladder there. See, I would have reached it if it really existed there. I definitely was on the mark, but it's not a real ladder. And if I look at the pause menu and see the garbage data up there, yeah, that's my proof that nothing up there is real. So that's the area that I really need to draw an overlay for, or cut out sheets of paper and paste them on my TV so I'm not fooled. And dang it, I just fell down the hole and died again. That platform is too tough. But anyway, I've demonstrated how Mega Man looks on the Sega Master System for those who asked. Thanks for watching.